Hey everyone, and welcome to the course. This is Health Economics 3597, Temple University Fall 2019 semester. This is the writing intensive portion of the class. My name is Joe Shin. I am the professor of this course. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go through and kind of walk through the syllabus, walk through everything on Canvas, and really kind of show you where everything is so that you're fully prepared for the semester and have everything you need. So with that, let's jump right into it. So here we have the home page of the Canvas site. Now this course is being administered entirely online, so everything you're going to need, you're going to be able to find within Canvas. So on this home page here, we have the course syllabus and information. The course intro video, which you're watching, is here. The syllabus, if you click on the syllabus, you'll be able to either view it in here, or if you click here, it'll download for you. So let's go here. So as I mentioned, this is Health Economics. This is the writing intensive section of the course, and I'll be explaining a little more of that. Here's my contact information. I am Joe Shin, Department of Economics, Temple University. I've been teaching here for going on 9 years now. This is what I do part-time. I also teach a little bit at Rutgers, Camden, Rider. But for full-time, I am an economist with the Department of Housing and Urban Development. I work out of the Philadelphia office. I've been doing that since 2010. Just in that, my wife and I run a small ice cream store. So I'm kind of all over the place with that. But excuse me. As far as getting in contact with me, here is my contact information, joseph.shin@temple.edu. This is by far the best way to get in contact with me. If you email me, I'm usually good to get back to you by the end of the day. If not, within 24 hours. Office hours. So I do not have any actual office hours on campus. My office hours will be held virtually through WebEx. I'll show you where the link is for that in a minute. It's on the Canvas page. The prereqs for this course is microeconomics. The required textbook information is here, which you should be able to find at the library. Description, learning objective. So as I mentioned, this course is entirely online and everything's going to be done through Canvas. You're going to find all assignments, lectures, links to outside work. This is also where you're going to be submitting all of your assignments, paper assignments. You can also find your Voicethread assignments, which we'll talk about, so forth. Now, each week is going to be running from, for the most part, from Monday through Sunday, and the information is only going to be available 1 week in advance. And so, for example, week 2's work will not be available until the beginning of week 1. Week 3 will not be available until the beginning of week 2, and so forth. Now, you can work ahead a little bit, but with some of the assignments, it's important that you really go through and have everything done that you need. And also meeting those assignments. And here's the basic breakdown of the grades. We have Voicethread assignments, the quizzes, the comprehensive paper, midterm exam, and the cumulative final exam. Here's the grading scale. So let's talk about that. So the Voicethread assignments. During some of the weeks, you will have to participate in discussions through Voicethread. Now with these, you'll be given an assignment and you must post 2 comments during the week. So from whatever the topic is, from Monday through Wednesday, you're to log on and make some original post. And then after that, somewhere between Thursday and Sunday, you're to come back, listen to the rest of the class's responses, and then directly respond to one of their comments. Now, when you respond, you can agree, disagree, whatever it is. Just make sure you're respectful when you do it. This breaks down the grading for it. The quizzes, there's going to be a quiz pretty much every week. Now, there are no lates that are accepted, and if you miss a quiz, you'll get a 0 for it. However, at the end of the semester, the lowest 2 quiz grades will be dropped. Now everything's going to be administered in Canvas, which I'll show, and there's a time limit of 30 minutes per assignment. So as I mentioned, this is a writing intensive course, and there's a paper that makes up a relatively large chunk of your grade, and this is a very comprehensive, it's a very in-depth paper. Now I've created separate sets of videos to kind of walk you through that, and I'll show you that in a second. But the basic thing is that there's a lot of assignments for this paper, and it's in your best interest to make sure that you're keeping up with them. There's a few reasons for that. One is that these smaller assignments do factor in the overall paper grade, and two, the more you do, the more work you put into these initial assignments, the better people tend to do with their final grades. So it's really in your best interest to do that, to make sure that you're keeping up with it, so forth. So as I mentioned, there's a bunch of different assignments. Here are the dates for them. Now, for the most part, these are relatively small, short assignments, but you should still put the work and effort into them. All the assignments are due on the Friday, the Sunday at the end of the week. And with the exception of the final draft, which is 80 points out of your overall paper grade, each assignment is either 2 or 3 points. Now, for each day that these assignments are late, you lose 1 point. So if you are doing the abstract, you submit it on Monday instead of Sunday, you'll only be eligible to get 2 points instead of 3. Now, with the final draft, every day is late, you lose 10 percentage points. So if you get a 90, but you do it 1 day late, you get an 80. If you get a 90, you get 2 days late, you get a 70, and so forth. Now, with the exception of the final draft, all the other assignments, all I'm going to be looking for is that you follow directions and you submitted the correct assignment. The reason why is that the whole point of these assignments is for me to give you feedback for you to follow and take to your final draft to help you do better in your final draft. And so you'll see my comments within here after you submit them, and as long as you do it, you get the full points for that. Now, this is something really important, plagiarism. I take very, very seriously. I am constantly catching people plagiarizing. If you don't know what plagiarism is, there's a bunch of different places you can look. Here's a link for it. If you get caught, you will get a 0. Now, exams. There's 2 exams in this course. The dates are given below and down in the overall course calendar. The first one, you'll see the date on there. Now, because this paper is such a big part of the class, I make the final exam optional. And so when you get to the end of the semester, if you get your paper grade back, or when you do, which will be well before the final exam, if you want to skip the final exam, the grade that you will get for your final exam will be whatever you got on your midterm exam, less 10 percentage points. And so if you got a 95 on your midterm and you want to skip the final, you can get an 85. Here's the exam policy. If you need any special accommodations, just let me know. Go to Disability Services, Academic Freedom. Okay. So here's the calendar for the course. And here you have every week what the chapters are, what the assignments are. I tried to color code it to make it a little bit easier to follow. And so this really just breaks everything down for you. And you can see that, for the most part, you have the quizzes within there, exam, so forth. So let's go back to Canvas. Okay. So if you go into the home page or the modules, either one works. If you go in here, you'll see the course syllabus and info. Voicethread tutorial. I'll show you one of those in a second. Now the paper. So in addition to the basic guidance in the syllabus, I also have a paper guidelines guide for you. And this really just helps you with the different assignments, some links to them, and so forth. And I also created for you assignment videos for the different assignments. And so there's really a lot within here. So it's really important that as you get into these assignments, you really watch, you read, and so forth, just to make sure that you're on the right path. So I encourage you to check them out, at least the overview one, pretty early on. Okay, so office hours, I mentioned my office hours are Tuesdays from 8 to 10. Here is the link to get to my WebEx page. Voicethread I talked about. I'll show you one of those in a second. That link there just takes you to a little tutorial and shows you how to comment. And so if we go into the weekly modules, and so within each week you have the overview and assignments and the lectures. And so the lectures is just going to be, what you're expected to watch as far as what I've pre-recorded here. And then if you go into the overview and assignments, for each week it's going to tell you what your learning goals are, the dates, the reading assignments, the lectures. If there's a quiz, it'll give you the link to the quiz here. And then the Voicethread assignments are here. So let me show you how to use this here. Hey everyone, and so if we go in here, you'll kind of see each one. You'll see what the topic is. I'll usually do a little intro video for it. And so to add a comment, you click this little add button down here. If you want to do a video one, you click on this record a video one. You click on the microphone to do an audio one. Either one works. And so again, from Monday through Wednesday, you come and directly respond. And then between Thursday and Sunday, you come back and respond to somebody else's. And if you want to directly respond, if you click on the little arrow here, whatever you do will actually be connected to it. Out of here. So for, I believe it's week 2, we had the first paper assignment. Yeah, so with the paper assignments, when you click on within here, all you do within here is you just add, you upload a Word document, a PDF, whatever it is. Don't email it, just always submit by uploading a document. You'll have a little upload button, and just make sure that goes through. So then once I get that, I'll comment on it. And then when you go into, I think, your grade book, your grades, you'll be able to see my comments within there. Okay. So the home and the modules page is pretty much the same. Yours is going to look a little bit different than mine. If I go into student view here, you'll get a better idea of what it looks like. So this is more what it looks like. As I mentioned, it'll have your to-do list, the quizzes coming up. Also, these don't become available until, for the most part, 1 week before, with the exception being the first week, which won't start until the actual class starts. If you go into the syllabus, here you're going to see the different assignments and when they're due, so it's a good way to kind of break that up. Now don't forget the Voicethread assignments, you have 2 that are due each week, so you have to make one by Wednesday and one by Sunday. This just has Sunday. Assignments will have the breakdown of the actual assignments. You'll be able to see your quizzes, your grades, and so forth. And so in general, that's it. That's the course. It's really important that you keep up on all the assignments, keep up with everything. And because this course is entirely online, the other important part is that you make sure that if you have any questions, you ask. Make sure that if you email me, try to set up something, come my office hours, whatever you need. So if you have any questions, let me know, and if not, have a great semester.